What's up, bloggers? Trey and Dum Dum come back at you again. Hey, well, you ain't got a bell. You guys got a bell back here?
No.
Bang your head on the back of the bang your head back. Oh, there is a bell. You can't even see that bell.
You can't see that bell.
They think you're lying. That's not a bell.
The BellLife vlogs.
What's your all's opinion of these tattoos?
You want the...
I wouldn't get them. I wouldn't have them on.
They're just silence. Tell them what we're doing here, Justin. These are the creators of the BellLife, and they didn't know they were creating it.
So we've done house tours and stuff over the years, and I think we had them in a few videos on the main channel, maybe the Mother's Day video on the main channel.
Yeah, but they took it all down.
Yeah, so there hasn't been a whole lot of videos. They've been in videos here and there. Dad's popped in and Mom's popped in and all that stuff. But so I guess
You're getting your first introduction to the BellLife videos, Mom.
Yeah,
Look
like-
at the camera and say hi.
what are you so nervous for? There's 100,000 people watching right now.
Yeah.
Actually, there'll probably be
Oh, this one will do
probably
good.
between 40 and 50,000 people
This one should
watching.
do good.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
So I
Dad,
guess
tell a little bit about. What? Go ahead. What?
well,
Go
that's what I
ahead.
was gonna say. So Dad is.
He's an old man. He's peeing in a bag. He's got a bag hanging off the
Was
side
that,
there.
was that June? What month were you born? What's the month and day?
June the 30th.
June 30th,
July what? 16th?
18th.
18th. I'm close.
June 30th,
I
1940.
always do the 16th and the 18th with your birthday. I screw it up every time.
June 30th,
I got
1940.
the month
Let
right.
him get this out.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't pay no attention to him.
well, it's June 30th, 1946, and then Mom, what's your birthday?
July 18th,
What year?
2000,
Oh, Mom, come on, who cares about that?
1948,
1948, and then
So how old are you?
73.
Dad, what are you? 75,
Five.
6?
You could say she's 73, but
I
really
am
she's
sev-
How old are you?
How old
Then?
are you?
You lying to the camera?
I'll be 76 in June.
Well,
She'll
I'll be 74 my next birthday, but I'm 73 right now.
Because it's coming on strong, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
and then Trey's 49, he'll be 50 in October, and then I'm 33, and then
Special ed.
so all right, was he 48 or 47?
He's 15 months younger than me, so do the math. He's 48 right now. Is he 48? He'll be 48 in January.
He'll be 48.
He'll be 48 in January. No! Yeah, he'll be 48 in January.
Yeah, so he's 47 right now. So that's what we're going off of.
We're going up of. What was that?
Where you were born? Where you were born?
What was that you just said, what we're going up
I'm
of?
trying to figure out how to start it. So
Well,
that's-
let's start with Dad. Tell, where was you born, Dad? What do you mean how to
San
start it?
Francisco, California.
San Francisco. How pitiful is that?
So were you born? So your mom and dad originally were from California?
No.
Okay.
Well, then tell
yeah,
'em.
that's what we're trying to.
Dad was from Falmouth, and Mom was from London,
Falmouth what?
Kentucky.
In London, Kentucky.
Why'd they go to?
How'd y'all get to San Francisco?
The war. He worked in a shipyard out there.
Oh,
Oh, so what was he doing here?
He was a machinist.
And then what, did he get transferred out there?
No, he just went out there to like their boat, just to
Better money?
work out, yeah, money and whatever. They were looking for men out there.
How long was you in San Francisco? How long were they in San Francisco, I guess?
Well, let's see, I was 146. I don't know exactly. They just worked there through the war. And then Patsy.
Patsy? Who's Patsy? You gotta tell me who.
My sister Patsy. And
She was born here.
yeah, she was born here.
If she's
They
older.
lived out there like, I don't
9
know,
years.
4 or 5 years, something like that, I think.
so they were in Kentucky. Then they went to San Francisco. That's when you were born, and they moved back to Kentucky.
When he was 3.
So you were living here in Falmouth, were you living up this way in Kentucky before you went to San Francisco, or were you living in Kentucky?
He wasn't around.
No,
there.
we were down on Garrett Street in Latonia, Kentucky.
I'm telling you, Kentucky.
So when you moved back from San Francisco, you moved to Latonia.
Or where'd you move back to when you came from San Francisco back to Kentucky?
These questions are too hard.
We moved back to that little house.
Oh, so they moved to actually this address, but it was
Yeah.
actually back there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there actually used to be a house in the backyard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it have indoor plumbing?
No.
Would you have crap in a bucket, the whole
Yeah.
9 yards?
Yeah.
We had an
You
out.
have to
Outhouse,
call
yeah, downhouse.
outhouse,
slop
yeah.
bucket. In the middle of the night, you get up, crap, pee in a bucket, and throw it out the next morning, right?
Right.
So when they moved back from San Francisco, they moved to there, and then did Grandpa build this house?
Yeah.
And this house built.
Yeah.
And this house used to be just the center of the house, and then these two additions on both sides. That's what came after Mans, right?
Yeah.
So he moved back there when you were what, 4?
3.
3?
Yeah.
And then where'd he get a job?
I don't know for sure if he started out American Can Company, rings a bell with me, and then he bounced around, ended up at Newport Steel.
Before steel.
He was a manager down there, right?
At
Yeah,
this job.
he was a plant manager.
All right, Mom, where were you born?
Gun Creek, Kentucky.
Gun Creek, Kentucky.
Gun Creek, Kentucky.
Creek or Creek?
Creek.
Creek.
Gun Creek.
Where's
I
that
was born
at?
on Gun Creek.
Where's that at?
Marshallville,
Marshallville, Kentucky.
Eastern Kentucky.
out eastern Kentucky, right outside of Sayersville, Paintsville, that way.
So you were, how did, and then where did you all go from there?
Well, they're still kids here, bud. You know, still got to go up through their lives. So then when you were born, how many brothers and sisters do you have?
I have 6 sisters and brothers.
Oh, I didn't say that.
He said Patsy, his sister.
He's only got one sister, right?
Yeah.
I've got 3 sisters and 3 brothers.
Okay.
I'm the oldest.
And then where did you go? Where did you go from there?
Well, I was born down there because that's where Mama and Papa lived, Mother's parents. Mother was only 16 when she had me.
Okay.
So, and when they first got married, they lived in a chicken coop, in a chicken house.
What?
They redid.
What? Say that. I didn't even know that. Do
That's
that
the
again.
truth.
What?
That's the truth.
Well, where'd they crap and everything in there?
Well, I didn't ask them. They had an outhouse. They've always had outhouses. Always.
A chicken coop?
Yeah.
How big was this chicken coop? As
Probably-
big as this porch?
Probably about as big as this porch.
That's where you lived?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All they
Not
had,
for very long.
they just had you within there, right?
That was it. I was the only one.
Goodness sakes. So then where'd they go from there? For the chicken coop to where?
They went from there to, I think I'm telling the truth, Cleveland, Ohio. Dad got a job as a repairman, television repairman, I think. I think I'm telling the truth.
So that's how that
I
worked.
think I'm telling the truth. I like that.
Obviously.
He was an iron worker or something like that.
He was an iron worker. He did go on to Famliy, Ohio, and he became an iron worker there. And
Where?
he felt in Vermilion, Ohio, right on the Great Lakes. What Great Lake is that? I don't know which one it is.
Close to Michigan?
Vermilion, Ohio, but it was on the border of Michigan.
Okay.
And
Yeah, because you got a lot of family in Michigan, don't you?
yeah, a lot of family. And Dad fell off the ironworks, injured himself, came back to Batavia, Ohio, and they bought some land.
How in the world did he come to Batavia? Why did he come to Batavia?
I don't know.
Where the brothers were. The brothers were all out there.
I guess that's
He
it.
and all of them.
Oh, okay.
Dad had a family of 7 or 8. I can't remember anything. I felt so dumb.
So,
Well, I can't remember either.
So you went from Batavia, but then you eventually made it over to Hans Pike, didn't you?
No. Yes.
Okay. So why did you go from Batavia back?
No, they lived in a chicken coop then. They moved back to the chicken coop.
Why did they come over here?
Yeah.
Because Dad had to pay some kind of taxes in Ohio, and if he moved to Kentucky, he didn't have to pay them.
Also, you moved to Kentucky
We
then.
moved to Kentucky. We just rented. We never owned a house. We rented
In Kentucky?
in Kentucky,
It's on Bullpen Road.
in Bullock Pen.
Dad'll just tell the whole story.
I can't remember anything.
And Mom was valedictorian of her class, too.
Yeah.
How old were
She really was. That's the truth. Me and him are dumb, and Eddie's dumb, and she was valedictorian.
how old were you when you moved to Kentucky?
I started 6th grade.
Okay.
I went to Kenton Elementary in 6th grade.
Okay.
Miss Anterbus was my teacher.
How long were you in
She
Kentucky
can remember
for?
that and can't remember what.
I could remember certain things. What?
How long were you in Kentucky for?
From now on.
From now on.
No, you.
From then on.
They never moved back to Ohio, they just
No.
They stayed in Kentucky.
No,
But
well,
now they're back in
Dad
Ohio.
moved, Mother and Dad moved to Ohio.
So from when you were
Would
like,
you stay here by yourself?
Yeah, we got married.
We got married.
That's what I'm trying to get
So
at.
you're totally skipping a lot of time there.
That's what I'm trying. So you were like 10 or 11 years old when you moved to Kentucky, right? Whenever you were in 6th grade,
Right.
and then you went all the way up to. I think you were 16 or something, right? When they moved back to Ohio. How old were you when they moved back to
No,
Ohio?
I was almost 21.
So they were here that long.
They were
They're
here
here 10 or 11 years.
Yeah.
And then they moved back to Ohio, where Grandma's original house was, right?
Not where her original house
Her
was.
original
They
house
bought
was
their
down in
first
Kentucky.
house.
They bought, and was that the first house?
Mm-hmm.
Right where Grant and all them lived?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
First and only.
So they
Yeah.
moved back there. So in that time, that's when you met Dad. So how did you meet Dad?
At school.
Oh, that does make sense.
Well,
Yeah, they
actually,
both
I
were-
met Dad. Yeah, I met him.
Well, you got to go back to let Dad tell how he got all that, how he got in that situation.
They go, well, Dad was here from. You guys went from that house, and then they built this house, and then his actual real dad. I never met any of these people, but his real dad actually.
But he died when you were at 14.
Yeah.
You're 14.
Trey, get me a drink. I'm so nervous. I'm dry as
I'm a nervous wreck too.
I am.
Why don't you just pretend like that
Right
camera's
there.
not
There it
there?
I didn't know.
Just pretend like that camera's not there, Mom. Why are you worried about that camera? Just talk. It's like an interview here, like you're in a job interview.
So you went. So then, when did you originally meet each other?
We went to Simon Kenton together,
High school, yeah.
and I saw him at Simon Kenton, but he was always with this girl.
He had a hot girlfriend.
Oh, that was a
Mom
hot. That was a
jealous.
hot girlfriend. Who
He
was
did
it? That
have
was
a-
Don't
Donna.
say no names.
That
You
was
can't
Donna.
say names, Justin.
Why can't you?
I'm just kidding.
You can say
can.
first names. That was Donna.
Yeah,
So you were dating that girl.
yeah, he was.
You were dating that girl. He was.
She dated every boy in Kent County.
One time.
So what grade? So you would have been like, just for instance, if you were a senior, what year would you have been?
They graduated together,
I
Justin.
was a senior
66.
too.
Same year.
Okay.
We both graduated in '66. Yeah.
Okay. So you first met him at Simon Kenton.
Yeah, but I didn't meet him. I saw him.
Okay.
I never met him.
Saw him at afar. Okay.
Yes. Then I went to work after I graduated
So you never talked in high school.
no,
Okay.
no. He was way above me.
Oh, he's a popular guy.
Yeah, he was.
She's such a clown. Would you come on?
Yeah,
You went to work. Quit
I went
worrying
to-
about that camera and
I
just
know,
talk.
I wish it was.
Was that your first job, Western Southern?
Yeah,
Okay, Western Southern, downtown Cincinnati.
right.
Okay.
Insurance outfit.
And I met Brenda Taylor, who lived in
Eddie's house.
Eddie's house. the
That
brick
house right there.
The Puker. That's where Puker Group was born.
And so we became pretty good friends, and she asked me to stay all night with her. And we stayed all night in this house right here, your house,
The little rental.
the little rental house. It was a beauty shop then. Gene Taylor fixed hair.
Okay.
And so his mother lived here. Buzzy's mother lived here. Buzzy was in the service. And she came over that morning, Saturday morning, to get her hair done.
He wasn't. He was.
You gotta
was
understand
in
no
service.
name Buzzy too. His name's Howard Frank Bell Jr. His dad is Senior, and I'm the third.
Yeah,
His nickname is Buzz. My nickname is Trey.
yeah. And his dad's nickname was Slim. Slim. But anyway, so I stayed all night in there with Brenda. And his mother came over to get her hair done. And
So
she
was it?
talked,
Was his mom? I'm sorry to cut you off. Was his mom with Grandma with Bud by then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I never met.
So did they marry? They married, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they were married.
How long were they married for?
A long time. Just that's the only person I knew as a grandpa. His
Yeah.
grandpa died when he was 14. I wouldn't even thought of.
They got married while I was in the service, so they probably married like 67, something
So that would have been our step grandpa, which I met him a lot. I mean, that was my grandpa, you know, dad's side for the whole time I can remember.
Okay.
Anyway, Buzzy's mother talked to me. She said, I want you to meet my son. I want my son to meet you, she said.
That was
So-
a mistake.
Were you single when you were in the service?
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
What do you think? He was married?
I didn't know if he
Well-
was still dating
Well,
Donna.
that Donna sent him a Dear John letter.
Donna told him kick rocks.
So that's
when
why
he
he
was
was
gone.
single. She broke up with you when you were in the service.
Yeah.
Broke his heart.
It did break his heart.
I've been there. Sucks.
How long did you date that Donna for then? Like a couple years?
A minute.
Nah, a year or so before I went in.
So you graduated high school and instantly went to the service because you were going to get drafted, right? That's you went into the Navy.
Well, I'd been in the reserves Naval Reserve for a couple of years.
Okay. So Dad went to the Navy.
And I went to work.
Okay.
And I met Buzzy's mother. And then he came home on leave. And he called me because she told him about me.
Well, you gave his mom your number.
You got the digits, didn't you, Dad? Dad got the digits.
Did you give
I don't know what that
his
means.
did
The
you give,
phone number.
Did you,
Oh, yeah.
Did you give his mom your phone number? Is that how she knew your phone number?
Well, Brenda knew my number too.
Oh,
Yeah.
so she gave your number.
She might have, I don't remember.
Okay.
I really
That's
don't.
all fuzzy.
Okay.
And so he calls me. He calls me.
Was he home on leave or how?
Yes,
Okay.
he was home on leave for just a few days.
Okay.
And he said,
Let's hear the opening line.
I can't remember.
Everybody's all jacked up and ready to hear the opening line. You can't even remember what he
I
said.
cannot remember the opening line, but I will tell you this. Later, after much time went by, he said he had rated me from a 1 to a 10, a 6.
Oh, I give you a 6.
He
On a 1 to 10 scale?
Yeah.
Was you grading hard, Dad, or easy?
Oh,
That was easy.
That was easy.
Donna was a 9.
Donna
Yeah,
was
Donna
10.
was Donna.
Yeah. She was a 10. But anyway,
Ted, you're such a clown.
he said he'd like to meet me and like to go out.
How
with
did
me.
you know he graded you a 6? Who told
He
you
told
that?
me
Down the road. That's what she
later
said.
down the road.
Yeah. She said
That's an
that.
awkward conversation.
I know, but he.
Hey, when I met you, I thought you were about a
That's what your
60%.
thinks I'm silly.
When I met you, you were a 60. You failed.
Anyway,
So he called you on the phone and said he wanted to meet you while he was home on
he
leave?
said he wanted to go out with me.
Okay.
I said, I can't go out with you until I meet you. I have to know you first.
What?
Remember that?
Well, how are you supposed to go out with him if you don't... Never mind. Go ahead.
Because I didn't know him. So he
Well,
said,
Mom, that's obvious what you just
Well, that's
said.
how
there.
you have to meet somebody.
Yeah, obviously, you have to meet him.
well,
Did you ask her to be your girlfriend?
no. He
Well,
asked-
then he's supposed to go out on a date.
yeah. And I said, I can't. I don't know you. I have to meet you.
See
So
what
you
I
need to
did?
go
Well,
on-
that's
see-
where Justin gets some of it too, right there.
So you need to go on a double date first with one of your friends and to meet him.
No, not a double date. Just I had to meet him.
Well,
So-
just like a play date. You guys
I
can
just
play in
met
the
her for lunch.
sandbox.
I just met her for lunch.
met
Will
me
you get
for
on
lunch.
land the plane? Golly.
He met me for lunch on my lunch hour. and
While
we
you're
walked
working at Western
around.
Southern.
We
Is
never
this-
did get to eat because everything was all backed up. I only had 30 minutes, right?
Oh, yeah.
It was a big rush, huh?
Okay, so this is why he was on leave still, right? That first time?
Yeah, he was still on leave. And
Okay.
You know, I can't remember how long you were on leave for.
Wow, well, that's before I went overseas.
I can't remember.
So you met him, and then did he go back on?
No, then we did go to a movie, I think.
I don't remember.
I think we went to,
What movie did you see? Can't remember the name of the movie?
it was the Apes, the
Planet of the
Planet of
Apes?
the
Planet of the Apes.
The
It was
original-
the apes.
The, the original one?
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
obviously, it probably was the original one.
So what year was that you guys would have met then?
I
Or the
would
first,
say
That in
probably
66.
60s.
well, class of 66, right?
Class of 66.
But the first date was 67 or 60?
No, wasn't that around Christmas time?
I think so. Yeah.
The last of 66.
Oh, so you graduated, he went straight to the service, and you started working, you met the same year then? Wow, okay.
That happened fast.
So you went on a movie date, and then is that when he went back to the service?
Then he went back to what he did. I remember this. He was supposed to go back by what? You said you can tell how much I really like you because I went back by train.
Yeah.
He waited. He didn't go back when he was originally supposed to be back. He waited one more day.
He just told you he didn't want to go back, period.
That's probably true. That's probably true.
So all the other all his other seamen went back on plane, and he went back
Seamen?
on train? That's what
No, Justin, there wasn't a bunch of other guys with me. They were
Seamen.
everybody was on different
It's semen, Justin, not semen. You idiot.
So he waited an extra day, and then is that when you all started dating right then? Did he
No,
have-
then
okay.
he left
Okay.
to the service and he was gone for 18 months.
Wow.
And
You couldn't land anybody in that amount of time?
I didn't want to.
Oh, so you were hooked. You were hooked then.
I wasn't in love, but I don't.
She was in lust.
I was in like.
Like.
Okay.
In like.
So then was he
Your
right?
dad's
were
on
you-
a ship with a bunch of dudes, so he didn't have no
He wrote
choice.
me almost every day. I've got all of his letters in the attic.
I'll bet you do.
I do.
She couldn't find him if you put a gun to her head right now.
They're in the attic.
They're up there somewhere, in amongst that
I
mess.
wrote him and he wrote me, and then he started
It's kind
taping.
of, well, wait a minute.
remember?
Wait a minute.
How would you tape?
A little tape before.
I know, but what'd you do? Ship her the tape?
Yeah.
tape?
What, in an envelope?
Yeah.
There's a box.
Nailed
a
it.
box of, I can nail over 3.
It's kind of funny. Trey wasn't there, but I remember going on that vacation. Dad's ship is the USS Little Rock, and it's retired or whatever they call it up in New York,
Buffalo. Yeah.
Buffalo. And we actually went on vacation when I was a kid. I don't know what year that was.
Yeah, we did.
We went on it was me and Mom and Dad. He wasn't there, and
I didn't make it.
Was Eddie and Eddie was there? I don't know if Lori was there.
Daddy and Lori came.
Eddie and Lori was there, and he showed us the spot where he wrote the letters and all that stuff inside the ship. I don't have any. I wish I had the pictures from that, but.
I've got a picture of him in there where he sat.
And when he wrote the letters or
Yeah.
whatever, but he couldn't write in front of his buddies. He'd get made fun of. But anyways, so you came back.
He tries to throw in little funny things, and he's not funny.
So you came back after that. Well, why would you write in a little hole? Why wouldn't you write next to your bed or something? Why would you go to a little hole and write?
Justin, you're not a whole lot of room on there, bud. You
There's
know
all
where you
kinds
gotta
of places
go.
to write letters. You don't put one spot.
Whatever. He said I used to write letters there. I
You
remember
can write
that
letters
one.
when you're sitting on the crapper, when you're in the bed, whenever you want to write, you can write. Whenever you get a minute.
So
He
he came
wrote me almost every day,
for 18 months.
and I wrote him almost every. Yeah.
Okay. So then after the 18 months, he comes back.
He calls me.
Okay. Says I'm stateside.
Towards the end, he started writing DTG. 20 DTG. You know what that means?
Date to
19
be.
DTG.
Date to.
DTG.
DTG.
Date to be released or date to be something.
No, it's a G. Starts with a G.
DTG.
Well, tell us.
Date
Huh?
two.
Tell us.
Days to go.
Okay, days to go.
Days to go.
So he counted down. Well, then at the end, he surprised me. I don't know how you did that, but he called me, and I didn't know it was him. And do you remember that?
Yeah.
And he said, "Do you know who this is?" And I guessed another guy.
Oh,
Oh gosh.
you should have said, no, it's Donna, Dad. You should have said, no, it's Donna calling.
And he said, "This is Buzz." And I don't remember.
Who did you guess? What name did you say?
I can't. I don't know if it's the guy that pulled his finger off.
Pulled his finger off.
Had his finger pulled off with his ring. Remember that guy?
Was that a guy you dated?
I never actually went out with him, but I liked him.
Why would he call you then out of the blue if you never went out with him?
He didn't call me out of the blue. Buzzy called me out of the blue.
Never
I
mind.
know, but why would you
She's
say
not-
his
she's not-
name? You're totally out the
She
lunch.
won't understand that. Okay, so 18
Forget it.
months, he comes home and
She's all a nervous wreck about this.
Why?
he surprises you and he calls you and then you guys go out.
Yeah, but I don't remember. What
Do you
did-
remember?
Well, you met me at the airport with Mom.
Oh, that's right. I went to the airport to pick him up.
So he called you.
So you were released for good then, huh, Dad? You didn't have to go back? That was it?
Yeah.
That's like getting out of prison, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Phew.
He hated it.
Gosh, I can
He
imagine.
hated the service.
Okay, so
It's not anything I think I'd look forward to either.
you picked him.
I picked him up at the airport with his mother,
Jam Rose.
and we went out a little bit, and then he says to me,
Uh-oh.
"Do you remember this? I don't want to get serious just yet. I want to look around for a while."
You were still a 6. He didn't come around, so it's a 6.
And
Look
it
for
broke.
the 7.
She moved to a 7, but still not just passing, barely.
What year was that?
That was in 60, so we got married in 69, so that was 60, that
8.
might have been the end of, when did you come on?
I got home in 68, June of 68.
So June of 68.
Okay.
So we broke up. He broke up with me because he didn't want to get serious.
Okay.
And I went in and cried my eyes out and all that stuff.
Okay.
And we went on to Virginia, Mother and Dad and my sisters and brothers on vacation. And we came back from vacation, and I was sitting out on the porch, and he was working. He had a red GTO, 68 GTO.
We've showed you all that picture in the house tour. That was taken in front of this house, but
Yeah. Anyway,
He bought a GTO and didn't have a job. And that's where Justin gets his nuttiness too, right there.
where were you working? Where was he working?
Kiko.
He wasn't working when he bought the GTO.
Kiko.
No, I'm saying she said he got a job. He was
It's an electric company over in Orlando. I forgot the name of it now. Glover Electric. I think.
Can't remember.
okay. So he got a job, and then what?
I don't remember how long we were broken up, but one day he drove by the car, our house, in his red car, and he stopped and backed all the way up. Do you remember that?
So this is the house on
No, I lived on Ann's Road then.
yeah Bullock Pen Road or whatever. This is still the house in
No.
Kentucky.
I lived on Ann's Road.
Oh, okay. Man,
We moved from Bullock Pen to Ann's Road.
That's irrelevant. That's still in Kentucky. That doesn't
It
matter.
is still in Kentucky. It's not far from here.
Right.
Okay.
And he squealed his tires and backed all the way up. My sisters came and told me. So then he comes in and asked me to go get an ice cream with him when we started, and that was it. It never stopped after that.
It was on. It was on like Donkey Kong then.
So that was 68 then, right?
68, and we got married in May of 69.
Also, you got married in May of 69.
We've been married 53 years.
And that, well, that was one of this video too. Their actual wedding anniversary was on Tuesday, this past Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
The
Which was
24th.
The 24th.
The 24th. So it was, what'd you say, May 24th of 1969?
Yep.
Never had a job then either.
You got married with no job.
Yep. Going to school. Going to vocational school.
We moved in here with his mother and dad.
There
Mother
you go.
and stepdad.
Oh,
They
in this
moved out
house?
in the chicken coop. That's
Huh?
stuck right after.
What room was your guys' in the before? I mean, it's all redone.
Your room.
This room right here?
No, not this one. The
Oh,
one next to it. Your room.
Well, I was in this room too when I was.
Well, it's the other one.
Okay. So May of
That was
60,
back when there was no sex till you were married days.
May
no,
of.
no sex till you're married.
Where'd you
Dang it.
guys go on your honeymoon?
Corbin.
Corbin, Kentucky.
Did you really go to Corbin?
Stayed in the trailer down there.
So they had a trailer before that house
Yeah.
was built in Corbin, right?
Yeah.
It still was there. Remember, he rented it out, didn't he? Didn't he have that one?
It wasn't sitting there. It was on down the road. The trailer.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
but Trey,
It's actually the trailer set we were in, set right where,
his brother,
what's his name?
Wayne.
Willard.
Wayne's trailer
Oh, Wayne's,
is
yeah.
now.
That's a little ways up the street there. That's not right. That's not what I remember. But then I came along in what 1972.
So wait a minute. So to get this clear, so that's what happened.
I
That
bet it
trailer
was
was that trailer was down there. You got married in '69. You guys lived here
for 6 months.
for 6 months.
With
okay.
them.
Okay, and then you went to that apartment up on Taylor Mill.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
all right. Building down there.
And then,
Yeah.
and then what? Did Bud and Grandma decide to build a house down in Corbin?
Yeah.
And then they offered this house.
Well, he
to you all?
retired. He
Yeah.
retired from the railroad.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And
they,
then he moved to Corbin.
so they offered this house to you, and you bought that, and they went to Corbin.
Yeah.
Okay, and then in '72, Trey was born. '74,
Eddie was born.
and then in '89, I was born.
Yeah.
It's a big gap
So
there.
they weren't trying when they had me, but they weren't not trying. And then Eddie, they were trying, and Justin was. They had, he had lead dispenser stuff.
No, Ed, what we weren't trying for Eddie.
You all told me you were trying.
Well,
for Eddie.
Dad said he didn't want you to be alone. He did say that.
And then I was supposed to be named Eddie. Remember that ordeal? Remember that, Dad? You said I was going to be named Eddie, and then
No,
it
I
changed.
remember that.
I remember y'all telling me that. You guys are both losing your minds. You told me that point
No,
blank.
you were always going to be Howard Frank Bell. Always.
No, I was not.
He didn't want to name you after him, but he didn't. He always liked the name Eddie.
Because of what was the show you watched, Dad?
Eddie's father.
Courtship of Eddie's father.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to name me Eddie. I promise you guys told me that.
Well, maybe we did. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm glad I got named.
Well, I don't know if Mama remembers, but I can remember her saying when I was a kid, I was born right after her dad, Grandpa, died. That's why the only person I ever met. I mean, I guess I met Dad's mom, Grandma, when I was a baby, but I don't remember any.
Just a baby. You weren't.
You
even-
know,
you wouldn't-
she died right after you turned.
The only
one.
one
I was 16 when Grandma died.
and the only one I remember any of them is Grandma Jean, Mom's mom. But I don't remember.
She's still alive. Grandma Jean's still alive.
That's the only one I remember. But Mom said,
And then Grandpa, Mom's dad, he died in what, 89? Was it 89 he died?
Who did? Oh yeah, 89. He died.
and that's supposedly I don't
Who
know.
did?
My dad.
So I don't remember if it's true or not, but supposedly my name, Justin, was, you said it a million times, just in time.
No, that wasn't it.
That wasn't it?
Tell us
Okay.
what it is.
When I went to, I didn't even want to be pregnant because I was 40.
Yeah, we're sitting on this back porch and she's crying. Me and Eddie are sitting there like, what's wrong with Dad? She's acting stupid. She's pregnant.
Well, I thought it was all over because I had a 15 and 16-year-old, and I was working, and I just didn't think I wanted to be pregnant.
Well,
Where were you working when in 40?
clean houses.
Cleaning
Oh,
houses.
cleaning. Okay, that's right.
And I went to the doctor she checked me, and when I got home, he called me. I was over there across the street at Granny's.
You ain't gonna believe this. You're knocked up.
That's the house. That's the house that me and Amy live in across the street.
Yeah, he said, you've got a boy. And I said, oh, I started crying, of course.
How do you know you had a boy?
Because they did an amniocentesis on me because I was 40.
Oh, check all your liquids
make sure
and all.
he was
Yeah, they
okay.
put the needle in there.
Yeah.
I guess they poked him in the head. That's what's wrong with him.
Maybe. I don't know. And so and Mr. May said, just another baby Bell boy.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
And so I said, Justin. I like the name Justin. It sounds strong. So I named you Justin. Tyler.
Yeah, where'd you come up with Tyler from?
I can't remember. And then I put Vernon with it because that's my dad's first
That's
name.
Grandpa's name.
Justin Tyler Vernon Bell is his name.
That's why I got 2 middle names.
Yep.
But that was so. There's obviously a lot of history on this street. But
I've been here for a minute, ain't we?
long time. Trey wasn't. Well, I mean, we could do a whole nother video on that or whatever. But he actually wasn't born in this house.
No.
We didn't even really explain that. You guys went from the condo. You went from an apartment to Hands Road, right?
Mm-hmm. We bought a house on Hands Road.
And then
That's literally 5 minutes from here.
And then what year was this when you came here to this house? Then
76.
is that when they decided to build down there, or they just built a house?
They were in
But
the process of building, weren't they? Your mother.
Yeah, they moved, so they moved back up to Reading, didn't they?
Oh, that's right. They moved to Reading for a while.
They lived in a trailer park, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, Reading, Ohio?
Yeah.
In a trailer park.
Reading, Ohio. I forgot about that. Yeah.
And that's why you'll see a lot this summer if you used to watch the old vlog channel before we deleted it. But
We had to delete
and
it.
don't get that wrong, we had to delete.
Yeah.
You guys have seen
That's
over.
why I specified that.
But we grew up basically down in Corbin, Kentucky, which is right next to Laurel Lake, and that's the lake we always go to, Laurel Lake.
Literally, I was there all the time.
You were. We went to the lake before it was a lake.
Yeah. Dad rode motorcycles in the lake before it had water in it.
Yeah.
Dirt bikes.
Before it was, the lake was built
It
in
was a man-made lake.
1977. Is that right?
I don't know.
I think
Can't remember.
77.
That's all fuzzy.
And you were down there then. You were 5 years old, but you were there with us all the time.
No, I mean, that's what I thought.
And
I
Eddie was too.
That's what Carly, my daughter, asked me the other day. You going to the lake this weekend? I said, no, I want to pass. Why? I said, Carly, I've been going to the lake since I've been in diapers. It doesn't interest me as much as it interests some people. But it's the truth.
Stay tuned for that next week. I don't know when it'll be, but
Yeah, Justin's going to show you a little blog about him being down on the lake, which you've never seen that before. It's going to cost $900 to fill the boat up. You got to take a loan out to get gas anymore.
some people like to watch the lake videos, but
No, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with
I
watching
love
the
to watch the lake video. That's something I'll watch.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you all got any, I mean, there's a lot of stuff. Obviously, you can make other videos on in between all of that, but this video is about a half an hour long now. So, if you guys want to see more or hear more about Dad's time in the service, or Mom working in Western Southern, or where any of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's all exciting.
Exciting stuff.
Well, it's
Nobody
not-
else out there has had to do that.
Yeah, but it's not just for. I mean, it is for them.
No, they really, people want to know, Mom. They do. They ask all the people ask.
That's sweet.
It is for them too, but these videos are also for us to watch.
What did you guys think about the YouTube stuff when we started it?
That's a whole nother video.
That was stupid.
Yeah.
It's not my thing.
It's not my thing.
Everybody thought it was stupid.
But
And I honestly thought it was stupid. And then Justin started showing me some of the stuff, and I'm like, that's not that stupid.
But everywhere we go, somebody asks about you guys. I just had a kid to ask me in school, aren't you in the BellLife? Yeah.
So Dad retired. Dad retired in 08 for the company that I used to. He worked. What year did you start there? Don't say the name of the company, but what year did you start
Was it
there?
76? We moved
Somewhere
here.
in there, yeah, somewhere in there.
76, 77, and he worked there till 08, and then I started there in 07 and worked there till, golly,
15 years, wasn't it?
2020, something like that.
I'm the only one that didn't work there.
Then our brother Eddie still works there, and then Garen worked there, and then he actually got fired from there.
I always just say I'm just a stupid truck driver.
And then Trey actually started at Airborne Express, which DHL bought them, and he worked there for 15 years,
I was there 16 years.
16 years.
Got laid off and then started my own thing.
But there's all kinds of stories we could go to from there.
Oh, really interesting.
Well, like I said, Mom,
Well, they don't know us, Mom.
it's not.
It's
for
the
them.
same thing. Here's a funny thing, because when we were out one time, we were at Dad, and somebody came up and said, "Oh my gosh, you guys are we're And we got in a truck, and he probably don't even remember this. He goes, I don't understand why people think it's such a big deal to meet you guys. And I said, who do you watch on YouTube, Dad? And he actually said, Hickok 45. And I said, now what if you met him out somewhere? Would you want to talk to him? And he goes, yeah, I guess I would.
Believe it or not, meeting him out in public is pretty cool. Have you ever met him? He's actually, I don't know his exact height or whatever, but I think he's
a big old boy.
He's like 6'7" or 6'8". He shook when he does his videos with guns. He'll hold a gun in his hand, and then you're like, oh, I'm gonna go buy that. You buy the gun, and it's a lot bigger. It's because his hand is
He's
huge.
got a great big baseball glove for a hand on him.
His son's that big too.
Is he still on it?
Yeah. He's got a
Remember
gun.
when we went to Myrtle Beach?
People knew us.
And I was eating, and somebody came up and said,
Oh yeah, that was out of the blue too.
yeah, out of the blue.
Yeah, we get noticed. We used to get noticed a lot more with when the main channel was at 500,000 subscribers, obviously. But now we're the gun channel. We're trying to get back on YouTube and
But the main
try to help everybody
the main reason people
get to see us anyway.
that do social media is because if you think this day and age, everybody's you're streaming your stuff. You're watching Netflix and Hulu and watching YouTube. Nobody watches. Older people do, but nobody watches cable. So it's your big YouTubers,
Dad watches it.
Yeah, your big YouTubers,
I used to watch it until all this political stuff makes me crazy, so I just turn it off anymore.
but everybody just they stream all their stuff now or whatever. But we go on forever. But like I said, leave a comment down below if you guys like this style of video.
Just don't tell us if you don't like it.
Well, believe it or not,
I don't care if you like it or not.
believe it or not,
Yeah.
hey, believe it or not, in that video, I didn't even notice this. Whistle and Diesel, they took dislikes away. There is no dislikes.
Well, yeah, we can't put people down.
I didn't know that.
Everybody gets a trophy, and we can't tell me people liked your videos. We can't do any of that stuff. They got rid of prom king and queen in schools now. Do you know that? They don't have a prom king and queen.
Actually, did they
Can't do that.
Did they take that away?
Because it can't make people feel inferior.
No, the likes are still there on videos. The dislikes aren't there
Dislikes
anymore.
aren't there.
Believe it or not, when we had the main channel, the original BellLife, you could almost gauge when you did a type of video what style videos to do from there with the dislikes versus likes. But anyways, subscribe to this channel.
You can't satisfy everybody. That's the same thing, and that's what I tell them all the time out there. Some people like this stuff, some people don't. And if you don't like it, just turn it off. It's like Mom don't go to bars, doesn't like going to. You don't go to bars, right?
Right.
Exactly. That's how you do it. You don't want to watch dog fights. You don't go watch dog fights. That's how it works. You don't throw a fit and say, I can't believe people are doing that. Well, some people like to do different things. That's what makes the world go round.
I reckon.
But subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to our new channel, the BellLife.
I'm not saying go fight dogs either, so don't freak out about that. I'm just using an example.
Subscribe to our new channel, the BellLife Bang. Subscribe to Ask the BellLife. Check us out on TheBellLife.com to see all of that stuff, where all that came from, all our comedy
The
videos.
stupid stuff, the jackass stuff, as Justin calls it.
And then, like we said at the beginning of the video, these are the true creators of the BellLife.
You got a noise?
Yeah, so thank you all a ton.